PGA golfers that had an opportunity to go play on the LIV Tour, they ought to be pissed off. What's going on? This is Coach Marcus for Pro Fan Talk. And man, when this news broke today, that's all I could think about. Just imagine you work your job and somebody gives you a side job on the weekend that could potentially pay big money. And then your main job says, if you do that, you cannot work for us no more. So you stick with the home team, you stay with the company, and that side gig turns out to blow up and make a lot of money for a lot of people. But you chose to stay with the home company. Some of these PGA Tour golfers have every right to be pissed off. They had opportunities to make life-changing money. And I'm saying that in regards to other pro golfers. You know they make good money anyways. But even you've got a big contingency of golfers who are at the lower ranks in the PGA Tour that had an opportunity to go to play in the LIV Tour and make life-changing money. If you scrambling around on the PGA Tour and you're making a couple of $100,000 a year, but you basically spend all of that money in travel expenses and where you stay, you might not have an endorsement deal, stuff like that. Everybody's not a Tiger Woods. Everybody's not a Phil Mickelson. Everybody doesn't make that type of money. So when these younger players had an opportunity to go and play in the LIV Tour, basically the PGA Tour bullied them into not going. The golfers that made the decision went on ahead, risked it. They wanted to rescind their membership, said they can't play in the tournaments. They went through all of this rigmarole, drug their names through the mud. It was just a hot mess. And basically what it came down to was the PGA Tour had sour grapes because somebody else was paying their players a little bit more. And they couldn't stand the fact that somebody found the grass a little bit greener on the other side. PGA Tour was pissed. And they went into this moral high ground tirade dealing with Saudi money and people didn't believe in it. And it was a bunch of bullcrap. Because at the end of the day, everybody was in business. You can track a whole bunch of those corporate sponsors for the PGA Tour that take Saudi money. You had a few players, not a lot, but some of the bigger name players that were going over there to make a lot more money than they were making on the PGA Tour. And the PGA Tour basically just threw a tantrum, threw a hissy fit. Phil Mickelson, Greg Norman, all the big names that decided to go. And then they said, okay, you guys can't play in the big tournaments in the States. And that's where the problems came in. And there were lawsuits filed. If handling a situation wrong was in the dictionary, you'll see a picture of the PGA Tour. Because they botched this up so bad, it's not even funny. But it is funny. Because all of that moral high ground crap that they were talking about us being better than them, because they went over there and took the dirty money, all of that crap goes out the window because you just signed on the dotted line. They're evil until our pockets get lined too. That's what it looks like. And all of those players that chose to stay with the home team, chose to stay with the PGA Tour, and now you gonna merge? So basically what you're telling me is I had an opportunity to make 75 million, to make 50 million, to make 200 million. I had an opportunity to make that type of money, but I chose to stay with the cause and I got burned anyways. I would be pissed. The PGA Commissioner, Jay Monahan, having a meeting because most of the PGA players found out via social media. He didn't even have time to get them together for a meeting. That's what he's going to do now. And there was one golfer, one Canadian golfer that said there's going to be a lot of pissed off people in that meeting. They could have went after the money if they knew this was going to happen. All of those people that got nixed out of that opportunity to make life-changing money, man, they're going to be pissed. I wish I could be a fly on the wall in that meeting. Probably won't even take minutes on that meeting. Everybody's going to be pissed. Tiger Woods could have made $850 million. Tiger Woods is a different beast because if he makes another $1 million, he'll never spend it. With the money that he's made on a tour plus endorsements and stuff like that, he's somebody that's he's a unicorn. He's in a situation where even that type of money really is not going to faze him because he's halfway there anyway. I'd be curious to see how close he is to being a billionaire with all of his endorsements and all of that kind of stuff. But he was somebody that could have made a lot of money and a lot of others, and they got very, very contentious. It was name calling. All the people didn't want to shake hands, didn't want to play together, all that kind of nonsense because the PGA Tour tried to bully those players that wanted to go play in the LIV Tour. And they wanted to use that moral high ground when everybody knew there were 8 million other companies that had dealings, whether it's behind the scenes or further on down the line. They work with this company that works with that company that works with somebody from over there. So one way, shape, or form, a lot of companies that have dealings with the PGA Tour were dealing with Saudi money. They didn't want to go that far because they know it's going to come back home and smack them in the face. So right now, it literally looks like that they sold out. The Saudi money was the evil money. Well, now you're going to pay us and help us make more money. So you must be okay now. If that don't sound like a crock of shit, Phil Mickelson, everybody knows he's got gambling issues. But you know what? If he wants to go overseas and make money, he should have the opportunity to do it. And he's a tour champion, so there should be no problems with him coming back and playing on a tour. They wanted to mess that up. Greg Norman never liked Jay Monahan anyways, so that relationship was a little cantankerous. Everybody that was for the LIV Tour, they're just sitting back laughing because they went, they shot their shot, and they got paid. And now they're still going to get what they wanted in the first place, was to be able to play in the States again. The players on the LIV Tour, they win. And there is no way Jay Monahan can spin this. He looks like an idiot. And every one of those PGA Tour players that had an opportunity to go over there and play, they ought to be raining hellfire on him. It'll be very interesting to see if he is the commissioner next year. I don't know how they vote, when they vote, or whatever, but I would be very surprised if they keep him in place. That would be shocking to me. Congratulations to all of those golfers that shot their shot, went over there, played, got paid, and on top of that, you get to come back and play with the States. Pat Monahan, you look like an idiot. Whatever business they give you, you earned it. For having that attitude that we're better than everybody else and trying to deny somebody an opportunity to increase their bag. So I'm going to keep watching this. The LIV Tour bought out the PGA Tour. Yes, it's a merger, but usually when it's a merger, is the name going to change? Is it going to be the PGA LIV Tour? Or, you know, there's a lot of things that are going to happen with this. So details are still coming out, but please stay tuned for more information. As usual, please subscribe to my channel, press that notification bell, and we're going to keep it going. I will see you guys on the next play. Peace.